All right, moving right along. Iran doesn't have a War Powers Act, and that's the subject of the riff. Now, not being a lawyer, I don't know if the House passage yesterday to end the war in Iran is constitutional or not. Here's what I do know. It's stupid. It's also unpatriotic. It also interferes with President Trump's commander-in-chief responsibilities to destroy a radical Islamist regime that has spent the last 47 years developing nuclear weapons, sponsoring terrorism in order to bring death to America, also death to Israel. Here's what President Trump said on Truth Social this morning. Yesterday, in a meaningless vote, the House voted 4 bad Republicans and all the Democrats to limit my war powers, right in the middle of my final negotiations to end the war with the Islamic Republic of Iran, which would do so much unpatriotic things. They know where the negotiations stand. The Democrats are fueled by Trump derangement syndrome. They would rather have our country fail than give me another of many victories. All right, that's Mr. Trump. Again, for me, not being a lawyer, when you add up the days of actual kinetic military bombing, the U.S. hasn't nearly hit 60 days, which is in the War Powers Act. The bombing actually was 37 days from March 1st to April 7th. The ceasefire has gone from April 8th to today, June 4th, which is 57 days. So when you look at the numbers, actually, Mr. Trump's got 20 days in the bank. He never hit the 60-day mark. Not even close, but who's counting? Well, Democrats don't care about Iran's nuclear capabilities or their Nazi-like inhumane government that directly sponsored the slaughter of 1,200 Israelis and others, and reportedly well over 40,000 of their own Iranian citizens this year alone. And as the New York Sun points out, implementing the War Powers Resolution applies only to one side. It doesn't prohibit the Iranians from attacking us or attacking Israel or any of our Gulf state allies in the region. Iran doesn't have a War Powers Act. Now, the Democrats don't think Iran's our enemy. Huh? Really? Having said all that, all right, I'm sure President Trump will just continue to bury Iran. He'll make a good deal. His red lines are holding, and that's terribly important. But I'll add this point. Many Trumpian supporters, both military and non-military alike, including myself, wish we would work to open up the Strait of Hormuz. Now, I think this would generate more public confidence in our war effort. It would also lower gasoline prices, and it would tell Iran that they cannot control this key waterway. Last evening, I spoke to retired Navy SEAL Mike Sorelli about this whole issue of opening up the strait. Here's what he had to say. A lot of people are waiting for a return to Project Freedom to open up the strait because we were promised this. We have the military capabilities to do it, but we haven't quite followed through. Perhaps there are important reasons for that, but I thought you could help us out on it.
It would be a priority of mine, but hit the coastal offensive capabilities of Iran. That's their drones, their missiles, as well as the Mosquito, or if you want to call it the fast attack fleet. Remove the problem. While those negotiations are going on with Iran, and keep the blockade in place.
So, retired Navy SEAL, and like many military people, believes, we can do it. And let's go back to Project Freedom. Let's open it up. And one point I'll make again, repeat this, not only just to get energy and gasoline prices down, but to show and tell Iran, you cannot control the strait, period, full stop. And that's the riff.